Hey, welcome back. Second Star right here, talking some more Raid Shadow Legends. And today in Plarium World, they have started another incantation event. So from Tuesday to Thursday, November 14th, 12th through the 14th, if you happen to have some Sacred Shards, and you open the Sacred Shards and you hit that 6% chance to get a Legendary, you have a 10 times greater chance that that Legendary will be begin for this time period. I wish there was like an easier and faster way to say that. I think we have to like invent a new phrase that we can just say it without going through the whole rigmarole. But regardless, they've done it for Golgorab, they've done it for Skullcrown, Madame Saris, and now this is the first time they've done a legendary that I can remember, and it's Biggin. And here's the thing: let's look at Biggin real quick, and I wonder idly if this is an intentional reference to the busboy or the clerk in Hot Fuzz, right? Biggin, you know, Hot Fuzz, the Edgar Wright classic with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost as the cops in the small, perfect town. Anyone? Hot Fuzz? Classic. Anyway, he could only say Narp, and he was a big dude. So, and they called him Biggin. So here's the Biggin incantation event, and let's just look at Biggin real quick. For those of you who may be unfamiliar with Biggin, I do not have this champion, but he is very, very good. Okay, so the first thing you notice is he has decent hit points and a really good attack. Now, it's not the highest attack, but it's really, really up there. And with good speed, he just has good base stats in general. And with a good crit build, his A1 is excellent. He attacks one enemy, then attacks all enemies one time if that attack is critical. Then on his A2, he attacks all enemies, a 30% chance of placing a stun, and a 50% chance of placing a 50% decreased accuracy. And those debuff chances can be increased with books. And then his A3, his Molten Slag A3 attacks all enemies twice, decreases the turn meter by 25%, and a 30% chance of placing a 30% decreased speed debuff for 2 turns. So you can see that he's kind of primarily, in my opinion, arena. He can be really good in spiders. But I think against some of the bosses, he's not that great. I wouldn't take him to Fire Knight, personally. He can do more harm than good in Ice Golem. So, actually, I think that for a legendary, I wouldn't put him in my top tier. Now, granted, he's going to be excellent. I mean, like, super good in other places. Like, Faction Wars, he will obliterate Faction Wars. In the Nightmare campaign when that comes out. Excellent in the campaign. So good. But is he going to be someone that I personally summon, that I try to spend my hard-earned, hard-won, occasionally bought Sacred Shards for? Probably not. You know, your mileage may vary on this, but I am of the opinion, I guess, that because I'm a kind of mid-game, I think he would help me, but he's not going to help me progress in areas where I'm stuck, right? He's not going to help me in Fire Knight. You know, I'm still on level 15 there. You know, I'm mid-game, not an end-game guy, mid-game guy. And I think that different champions would help me more than this guy at this particular time. However, from a collector standpoint, I can totally see it, right? He's a really good champion, and if you're going for, you know, completion, this is a perfect time to spend those shards on trying to acquire him if you're missing him and he's someone you've really had your eye on. For me, probably not. I don't know that because he's not good in every single dungeon, I think that I just, you know, I'm not gonna spend it. Plus, I have kind of a bad taste in my mouth a little bit still from the Madame Saris, where I spent a lot of Void Shards trying to get her, and I did not. And maybe I'm a little bit disappointed with the Halloween stuff in general, because I love Halloween. If you watched my videos, I was going crazy about the new Halloween champions. And the only one I was able to get was I was able to fuse Harvest Jack, and that's it. And then anyone who else who's fused Harvest Jack realizes that while he's fun, he's a bit underwhelming on the power scale. Like, if you look at his stats and you look at his skills, you would think that he would perform better, and for whatever reason, he's a little lackluster. And I think that's fair to say. I mean, he's great. He's fun to play with in teams. It's fun just to throw him in just to see what he does. If you're not necessarily caring about progress, but just enjoying yourself, he's great. But I think that there's something wrong with him damage-wise. I think he needs a little bit of a buff. This guy does not need a damage buff, even though 1575 is top tier. It's still less than some other, even some other epics have higher damage than that. I think Allure might have higher damage, but regardless, his kit is great, but it's not perfect. So again, this is just going to be something that man, it's up to you. If you are thinking faction wars, if you're thinking nightmare campaign, if you're thinking spiders, fantastic. Fire Knight, not going to help you much. And Ice Golem, he can actually kill your entire team with an ill-timed damage outburst. So take it as you will. I love these incantation events. I think they add a lot of flavor to the game, and I think that Plarium needs to do different things. They need to do more things throughout the week just to keep up interest. The events in the tournaments, I'm still not a big fan of. The only time I ever really progress is when I'm trying to go for a fusion, or if it just happens to, if I'm saving up to make 6 stars and there's like a training event. But there's just the bar for entry is high for these events. It's like you need to just open up a lot of shards or summon a lot of stuff to get the high tier rewards. And a lot of times, man, I just want the books, and I'll look at it, and if the number of shards that I have to open to acquire the just rare books is too much, it hurts, man. It's really disappointed because I'm getting to the point where I'm running out of resources, and I have a difficult time in my head justifying buying things with real money to enhance fake things on my roster. Like, again, the collector in me kicks up. Like, having collected, baseball cards, magic cards, comic books. I like collecting things, action figures, whatever, man. I statues. I like collecting things. So I can see, collecting heroes. I mean, I get it. But then collecting things to make those heroes perform better, and I don't know. I run into a little bit of some hurdles in my brain that I have to get over to be comfortable with that, and I haven't really gotten there yet. Especially with the price point that they have these books at. It's too much. It's too much for me. If they had like 9 rare books for like $6, I could see that. I would do that, but they've really kind of overvalued things in my estimation. That's the way I feel about it. You might feel completely different. Paying to play, I don't like, but I'll do it. Paying to win, I still have an issue with. That whole Star Wars Battlefront 2 saga, that made me not buy the game. I still don't own Star Wars Battlefront 2. A huge Star Wars fan like myself, I still don't own it because I was mad with the way they did the loot boxes. So that gives you some insight into my personality. It just goes against my egalitarian nature that I just have in general. So anyway, bit of a rant. Didn't mean it. I enjoy the game. I enjoy playing it. I don't necessarily enjoy the price points they have at things. The bar for entry can be high. I know they say, choose what tournaments you participate in, and I get that. I mean, that's reasonable, but I still think that people would be happier. And I think if I would be happier, I think a lot of people would be happier if they just kind of eased off the gas a little bit on the amount of money you have to spend, because everything is monetized and it's hard to do things. I want to do more in this game, and a lot of times I just can't because I've just run out of resources. I want to try new skills. I want to try different combinations of heroes. I want to try different ways to gear it. But man, they don't really let you. It's difficult. So anyway, what we're talking about is Biggin, right? Sorry, I'm going way off topic just because I just had a lot on my mind today when I was going through. I have a lot of projects, a lot of pokers in the fire, right? Trying to do things, and it's hard to get there because there's a lot of barriers they have to get through, in a game like this. So let's look forward to more and better content, rather than just talking about an event that I don't plan on participating in. Anyway, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you. And let me know if you get big in, if it's someone that you've really wanted and someone like you're like, finally, it's my time to try to get big in. Let me know if you get them, because I would be so happy for you. All right. The usual, like, comment, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys, when there's something else to talk about. All right. Enjoy. Have fun. Take care.